You sure? How do you feel about America? How do you feel about the state of America?
I feel like we're trending the right way.
You feel like America's going the right way?
It's been bad for a long time, but I feel like we might be at the point where we're going up.
Don't you know that the American dollar is decreasing right now? They say America is crumbling right now. They say America's gonna fall like how Rome fell. You know about Rome, right?
Yeah.
You know about the different parts of Rome, Imperial Rome, Roman Republic, Roman Empire. They said America's gonna fall just like how Rome fell, and we're in the last days of America.
Been battling with these demons, yeah, I'm supposed to fight. Trying to see what this life take me, so I roll the dice. Look up to no one else, but yeah, I was shy. I got real power, Hebrew Israelite.
So, so we read that context, you got 4 horns. Alright, those horns were known for scattering Judah and Jerusalem. Alright, those horns are the other nations. Those horns are those beasts that the Most High refers to all throughout the Bible. Hold that and give me, what you got a precept? Hold that and give me Ecclesiastes 3:13, then we're going to bring that up. Alright, Ecclesiastes 3 and 18. Ecclesiastes 3 and 18. So these other nations are referred to as beasts. So we read in 2nd Esdras, chapter 2 and 34, you read Jeremiah 50 and 6, Jeremiah 50 and 17, all these different precepts going into Israel being the sheep. You have to know why the Most High referred to us as the sheep. Because the sheep are the docile ones. The sheep are the lowly ones. The sheep are the calm and collected ones. And these other nations are referred to again as lions, beasts. You got the Arabs, they're referred to as dragons. So these other nations, wild men. So these nations, they have their own titles, but the shepherd is always guarding the sheep. I've never heard someone that's a shepherd over lions, a shepherd over zebras. The shepherd is always sent to the lost sheep. So we read that in 2nd Esdras, the 2nd chapter, you have to know that that shepherd that is sent is talking about the Lord coming back for his people. Bring this out.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 18. I said in my heart concerning the estate of the sons of men, that God might manifest them, and that they might see that they themselves are beasts.
God said that men themselves are beasts. Again, those men are the other nations. All these heathens, all these heathens that you see walking up, look at this Moabite or Ammonite, all these white people and all these other nations, all these people are beasts. But then you got the sheep that's amongst the beasts. You got brothers like him that's amongst the beasts.
Right.
Or you got the Israelites, the so-called black and Hispanics, they're amongst the beasts. That's why the Lord has to take us from amongst the beasts. Right. In the midst of us getting devoured or overcome, and bring us with the shepherd so he can guide us into that green pasture. Bring out what you got.
It's the book of Zechariah, chapter 11 and verse 16. For lo, I will raise up a shepherd in the land, which shall not visit those that be cut off, neither shall seek the young one, nor heal that is broken, nor feed that standeth still. But he shall eat the flesh of the fat and tear their claws in pieces. Woe to the idle shepherd that leaveth the flock.
And that's a fire precept. All right, that idle shepherd, really that shepherd before, that's going into the Lord. The Lord bringing back that flock. All right, that shepherd is going back to them, and y'all look into that flyer, family. Y'all God's chosen people. All right, that shepherd is going into the Lord. Give me Sirach 10 and verse number 1. So you got the righteous shepherd on the right hand side of Yahushua, and you got these false shepherds that disguise themselves as shepherds, which is really on the inside raving the rules, devouring the flesh of God's chosen people.
Right.
Hey brother, we got the verse of the day for you, brother. Come on, brother. Verse of the day. Verse of the day. Verse of the day. Bring this out. What you got?
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people. Verse 4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable.
God said, according to the Bible, in due season, he's going to set a certain man over this world who he deems as profitable. Who do you think is profitable to be set over this world? What race of people, let me put a sign there. We look on this sign, brother. What race of people do you think God has chosen to be set over the world?
Jesus.
Well, he's a part of that specific race.
White.
You said what?
White.
No.
Black.
No. Black is not a race. Black is a color.
African American.
No, that's a continent and the name of a so-called white man.
uneducated.
You are educated, brother. Really, it would be the Israelites at the top. The Lord chose the Israelites.
That makes sense.
Yeah, the Lord chose the Israelites, his chosen people, to be chosen above all other races above the earth. The question is, in 2024, who are the Israelites?
Hey, brother.
I know, I see.
Bro.
Who are the Israelites in 2024, brother?
Take a flyer.
The Israelites will be you, the so-called black and Hispanic man.
Yes.
On this sign. You will be God's chosen people according to the Bible. Now, I know you want to move, but I'm going to show you that with 3 verses. See, you ever went to church before?
Yeah.
The church ever tell you that you was God's chosen people? No, they never told you that. So I'm going to show you with 3 verses how you will be God's chosen people. Give me Jeremiah 14 and verse number 2, Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15. All right, Jeremiah 14 and 2. First, you have to understand what color were the ancient Israelites. Let's read this.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish.
So, mind you, God said Judah is in mourning. When you look on this sign, you got something called the tribe of Judah. So, Judah mourneth, read on.
And the gates thereof languish. They are black.
What are they?
They are black.
What are true Jews?
They are black.
Israelites?
They are black.
So, according to the Bible, the Israelites, Judah, so-called black people, that's out the Bible. That's one step to showing you how we will be God's chosen people. Because you see, according to the Bible, the tribe of Judah are actually black people. I got 2 more. Read this.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So God is talking to the Israelites. He said, if you're not listening to my voice and what I tell you, read on.
To observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So another key sign is that God's chosen people will actually undergo generational curses for disobeying them. What race of people are under generational curses? I mean, if you would look at it's a race of people all throughout history. They're at the bottom of society.
American black.
That's right, so-called American blacks. All right, you got the slave trade. Then after that, they free you. Then you go right into Jim Crow era.
Right.
Then you got the lynching of the Mexicans. You got all these atrocities, and all the way in 2024, you get still oppressed to this day. You in the hoods, you in the slums, you in the ghettos. Our people as a race, not individually, but as a race, we're impoverished. We own no land. We have no government of our own, no army of our own. So God said, according to the Bible, these people are going to undergo generational curses.
All right.
Last time I checked, that sound like us, don't it, brother? Read verse 16.
Verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
These same people are going to be cursed in the cities and cursed in the fields. You look on that sign. Who was cursed in the field? Because God said the Israelites will be cursed in the fields.
Right.
Again, it sounds like the so-called American blacks will be God's chosen people, the Israelites.
Right.
So don't that sound like us, brother? So if that sound like us, then must the Bible be talking about us? That don't sound like no coincidence. There can only be so many coincidences until you chalk it up to facts. So according to the Bible, brother, you will be God's chosen people. You will be a king walking this earth. You got men like King David that you read about, King Solomon. You come from a descendant of actual kings that's written up in the Bible. You're the real Jew. You're the true Jew. All right, this world will never tell you. This world will never tell you that, brother. And you being God's chosen people, you have to come back to your race and to your heritage. These names right here, like American black, nigga, spit. What's some other racial terms? What's some racial terms? I mean, white people, they know a lot of racial terms. What's some racial terms? Both of y'all can answer. Got the N-word. You said what? You got monkey. What else? You said Jake. Sheik. Oh yeah, sheik. That's a lot. That's a lot. But again, this word has never called you an Israelite. See, again, this term American black was placed on you as slave. You got to ask yourself, what did you call yourself before slavery? What did your people call themselves before slavery? What language did they speak?
Right.
You ever thought of that? And that's a problem. But again, the Bible said that his people will go through these things and they will never consider it. Read this real quick. Jeremiah 17.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 4.
This is Jeremiah. Jeremiah, he's an Israelite. I believe he came from Levi, if I'm not mistaken. So read this.
All right, last one.
Last one. You sure, brother?
I don't know.
All right, brother, read this.
And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage.
God said the Israelites would discontinue from their heritage. I just asked you to name, certain things that we kept, like your ancient culture, your heritage, you couldn't name it. God said the Israelites would discontinue from their heritage. You know what?
That I gave thee.
Right.
And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
And the Israelites are serving their enemies in 2024 in a land that they never knew. Your ancestors never knew America.
Right.
All right, you come from Jerusalem. You come from Israel. We come from Israel.
Right.
But the Bible already prophesied that you will serve your enemies in another land that you will never know. You know what?
For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever.
And the God said that we have kindled a fire in His anger which shall burn forever. Now this is the one of the day. It's the verse of the day. It's the last. Yeah, we know we're gonna make this the last one. 12 and 10. That's right, 12 and 10. So with this verse, brother, this is a part of the commandments and why we are actually in the predicament that we are in 2024.
Right.
As so-called black and Hispanics, the Israelites, were commanded to keep God's commandments. This is one of the chief commandments that our people break on a daily basis. Read on.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 12 and verse 10. Never trust thine enemy.
The Lord said,
Never trust thine enemy.
that again.
Never trust thine enemy.
So one of the chief things that we broke as a people is trusting our enemies. One of the chief enemies are the same people that put you in slavery. God said never trust your enemies. What race of people put us in slavery?
Right.
Say it, brother. Go ahead and say it. White people put us in slavery, brother. So God said, according to the Bible, you have to never trust your enemy. But in fact, Sirach 13, you have to separate from your enemy as well. So read that real quick. So according to the Bible, you have to separate from all races that had a part in your slavery and your downfall.
Right.
How does that sound, Easy?
Sounds great.
It sounds great.
We're done.
Nah, brother. I know you playing, brother, but on the real, according to the Bible, men actually got put to death and thrown his. You know about Emmett Till, right? What happened to Emmett Till?
Oh, Emmett Till. He was. How do you know this?
Don't tell me she know and you don't know about Emmett Till.
That's wow.
Go ahead and break down here what happened to Emmett Till.
Emmett Till, he was lynched.
Yeah, for what?
Or wasn't it looking at like a white? Okay, no.
Oh, you gotta go ahead. Break
Wait,
it
it
down.
was right.
Yeah, you're right. Go ahead.
So he was at like the grocery store, and he was looking at a white woman who had a husband, and right.
Not really. He was walking down the street, and they said the white woman said that he looked at her and he whistled at her. Now, come to find out, years later, I think she recently just passed, but right before she passed, she came out and said that wasn't true.
Right.
So, Emmett Till, I believe, how old was he? Like 13? He was like 13 years old, something like that, and he got lynched. Not only did he get lynched, but he got beat to death. When you see those images, both his eyes swole, mouth all jammed up. God knows how many white people was a part in that lynching, but he was 13 years old. And to this day, every year on his birthday, guess what they do? They shoot up his graveyard. You can look this up. To this day, they go to his graveyard. A 13-year-old boy was unjustly killed because of a white woman, and they shoot up his graveyard to this very day. God said for that reason, you can't be found joint hand in hand with your enemies. Isn't that just?
I don't think all white people are bad.
Why not?
The enemy.
Why not?
Just like I don't think black people are bad. I don't think any race just because of the color of their skin are bad.
Well, and of course it's not the color of their skin, like you said, it's the actions. Now, white people aren't, bad because of their skin complexion. Y'all are. But your people, and you're a descendant of your people. Now, bring a bunch of points.
Okay.
I gotta hold on. Now you say that all white people ain't bad or whatever.
I didn't say
Y'all may not be like right now like the chief one that's superior or ruling the government. Like you may not be them, but those are your people. So when something goes wrong, that spirit will come upon you,
but I don't
even if you know it or not.
associate myself with the actions of what they did in the past.
All right, brother. So according to the Bible, you gotta separate from the so-called white woman.
Right.
We're just gonna tell you how it is, brother. You gotta separate from the white woman. We can name a million stories about how many times a black man got jammed up for messing with a white woman. From biblical times all the way to early this morning. I'm led to believe a story came out this morning. Somewhere on the news, somewhere it's an article about a man dealt with a white woman. She raped her, or he raped her, and all of a sudden he in jail. He had a D1 scholarship and all these good things was going for him. Hugged her the wrong way, sexual assault in jail, 50 years.
Okay, no, we have
It was a brother, it was a brother that literally got out of jail, I say about 3 years ago. And he had, I forgot what sport he played. He was in football or basketball. He been locked up for many years. Now they say that he was innocent. And he been locked up for like at least, half his life. And they gave him money to think that it was like he gonna be good with that. But they literally took away his whole life.
That's right. So these things is real, and we tell you this out of love. We're not telling you this just because it was just fun to us. We're telling you this out of love. So look into that flyer. You will be God's chosen people.
Right.
You have to repent and keep God's commandments and come back to your heritage, not as a black man, but as an Israelite, God's chosen people, and separate from your enemies, brother. All right.
Right. Gotcha.
All right, brother.
Thank you guys.
All right, brother.
Thank you.
Hey, there's a brother there's a brother I used to hoop with in school. I don't know brothers know Terry Shade and Drew. Went to University of Illinois, and he got caught with a rape charge. Yeah, and he was innocent. Edomite woman.
Can't make this up. See, brothers got the accounts.
Graduation class.
They was raping us.
Hey, I was in middle school. This is my best friend in middle school. We not even getting into 8th grade yet. And it's already an Edomite woman, a so-called white woman, saying that he raped her, but she was really pressing him. She was pressing him the whole time, but the story came out. She tried to get him in trouble. It didn't work, but the fact that she tried and it almost worked. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, and they teach these things. These Edomites, they teach their daughters these things at a young age. They say, "Hey man, don't get with no nigger." But if you do, all right, you better take all his money. All right, get with him, take his money, and do. They really tell him do whatever you gotta do to take his money. If you gotta wait till he get rich, stay with him 20 years, wait till he stack up, then divorce him. Or if he already making it for himself, lay down with him and say he caught a rape charge. You're white, you're gonna get away. You see, the white woman in this day and age is the most protected woman, the most protected being on this earth, right under the so-called Amalekite. You got the Amalekite, then you got the white woman. And if she's an Amalekite, Edomite, then she's damn near the king of this earth. So, that's why, and Jake, man, that's why Jake get with him. See, Jake can get with the so-called white woman and think he just that now. Give me Jeremiah 50:6.
Right.
All right, God said it's going to come a time where everybody's going to go back to their own country. We're going to see if Esau is still going to get down with Jacob while all hell break loose.
Right.
When them nukes hit, Jacob's trouble kick off, and you got the Proud Boys, and you got the KKK on the rise.
Right.
You think she's gonna stay with that brother? She's not staying with him. She's gonna leave him, go to one of them Proud Boys, and join the KKK with her father, her uncles, and her brothers.
Right.
And she might set that man up, and she might be a part of that lynching. So bring this out, Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 6. Whoever got it.
Look at Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 6. My people have been lost. Salaki, my people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place. All that found them have devoured them. And their adversaries said, we offend not, because they have sinned against Yahweh, the habitation of justice, even Yahweh, the hope of their fathers.
Maybe 51:6. Go to Jeremiah 51:6.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51 and verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul For this is the time of Yahweh's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. Babylon has been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed.
Verse 9.
Verse 9, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country.
Let us what?
And let us go everyone into his own country.
Well, all hell break loose. God said, forsake this place, and everyone's going to go to their own country. Jake, you don't have a country.
Right.
See, Jake, you don't have a certain dwelling place. But best believe that Edomite, she's going to go back to where she resides. She's going to cleave back to her people. She's going to do her own lust, and she's going to lead her brother. Hey family, y'all be Israelites, God's chosen people. Lord willing, y'all gotta repent and keep God's commandments if y'all are Israelites. So, and that's the soul message, man. Jake, you gotta stop being a cool. How you doing, brother? You got time for one verse? All right, we got a flyer for you, brother. We got a flyer for you, right there. Fly right there, brother. You gotta repent and keep God's commandments. Who's in touch? Go back to Zechariah, chapter 1 to 18. All right, go back to Zechariah chapter 1 and verse number 18. Let's finish that up. So Jake, man, you see you out here, you dealing. We're just going into that. All right, the dogs and these other nations just devouring you. You just giving in to it. Read this.
It's the book of Zechariah, chapter 1, verse 18. Then lifted I up mine eyes and saw, and behold, 4 horns. And I said unto the angel that talked with me, what be these? And he answered me, these are the horns which have scattered Judah, Israel, and Jerusalem.
And these other nations, they scattered Judah, they scattered Israel, and they scattered Jerusalem. They scattered our people. Hey family, y'all got time for the verse of the day? Verse of the day. Not really for God? Y'all don't got time for Jesus Christ and God? Wow. In 2024, the black woman has no time for God. Read on. Just laughing, and she looks like she's in the army. Yeah, yep. Man, yeah, she is. See, she in the army, got the nasty taco hat, thinking she doing something. Yeah, until they send her ass to Russia, Ukraine. It ain't gonna be too more laughing. It ain't gonna be no more laughing in.
Right.
All right, when you hear that that Russian accent, yeah, you see that Russian accent, they give, and they always do our people both. They gonna give you the weakest weapon too. All the Edomites got the big guns. They gonna get that Eva a Glock, and that's it.
Edomite named Dracula.
Yeah, hey, they just put out this picture because they sent the Ukraine. I guess Ukraine got caught up in there now, or was it? I think it's China. A couple Chinese soldiers they put with Ukraine. It's a picture going around on a dead Chinese soldier, saying the Ukrainian killed him. So that's gonna be a lot of Eves and Jake in the last days. Y'all want to laugh and giggle and get down right now, and you think everything a joke. Till your ass get that text, that notification, you're being deported to Ukraine. Then that's when all hell gonna break. That's when the laugh and stop right there.
Right.
How you feel about that message? How you feel about that, Esau? You sure? How do you feel about America? How do you feel about the state of America?
I feel like we're trending the right way.
You feel like America's going the right way?
It's been bad for a long time, but I feel like we might be at the point where we're going up.
Don't you know that the American dollar is decreasing right now? They say America is crumbling right now. They say America's gonna fall like how Rome fell. You know about Rome, right?
Yeah.
You know about the different parts of Rome, Imperial Rome, Roman Republic, Roman Empire. They said America's gonna fall just like how Rome fell, and we're in the last days of America. That's what the government is. Your president is Joe Biden. Your president can't stay awake at meetings. You think America is gonna rise? You said what?
He's senile. He can't even form a sentence.
Yeah, he can. And you think America's gonna rise, and the person that represents America can't even speak. Hold on, Esau, come back. I got the verse of the day. I got the verse of the day for you. Revelation 13:9. I got the verse of the day for you. We're gonna read you this verse, then you can get on your way. Right, Revelation 13 and verse 9.
This the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity
A race leads another race into slavery, into captivity. You know?
Amen.
shall go into captivity.
The Lord said,
Shall go into captivity.
So at Esau, you can't run, and you gonna get put into slavery.
Right.
The so-called black man gonna put you in slavery. Shut the hurry and close the door. He's lucky as Rob for them. Hey, sister. Hey, sister. Yeah, she not gonna come back. She loves it. She probably loves Esau. So Esau, you can't get away, man. All right, Esau tried to hop in his modern day chariot and drive away. But give me a second. What's that? Second Maccabees. That chapter 15, or man, what's that? Where the chariot, where the death angel followed close behind him. Maybe second Maccabees. What's that? 14 and 7. All right, bring that out. See, Esau, you can't get away, man. Most High sent literally death angels to chase down chariots and plague you with uncurable plagues. All right, bring that out. Read the second Maccabees. I believe it's go to chapter 15. Maybe 15 and verse. Slipping around. What's that? I know it's a second Maccabees. When the chariot drove, when the Lord sent the death angel and followed close behind him. What's that? Nah, that's not it. No, the Lord, he said the death angel right behind Antiochus smote him with incurable plague. 9, that's what it is. Yeah, 9 to 5. 9 to 3 at the point. Yeah, that's what it is. The water. Yeah, let's go to that second Maccabees 9. So Esau, you can't get away, man. Read this.
Second Maccabees chapter 9 and verse 3. Now when he came to Ecbatane, news was brought him that happened unto Nicanor and to Matthias.
Right. So he heard what happened to Nicanor and to Timotheus, these different Greek captains of that time. You know how they got overthrown by Judas and his army. Hey family, did y'all ever heard about Judas Maccabeus and how he was God's chosen people, an Israelite, a so-called black man? Read this.
Reading on, what had happened unto Nicanor and Timotheus?
Right.
Then swelling with anger, he thought to avenge upon the Jews the disgrace done unto him.
Right. So this Edomite, he got emotional. He heard that his servants was being put to flight by the so-called black man, and he wanted to make Jerusalem a common burial place. He wanted to overthrow us. You know?
Unto him by those that made him flee. Therefore commanded he his chariot man to drive without ceasing.
Right, so he told his chariot man to step on the gas, probably was beating that horse, told him to hurry up. He trying to get to Jerusalem. Kill all the Jews, drive without ceasing, you know?
Drive without ceasing, and to dispatch the journey, the judgment of God now following him.
And little did he know he had the judgment of God following closely behind him. Here it is, his mindset is to head to Jerusalem, right? Commanding his chariot man, make that horse go faster. Let me go kill them Jews. And little did he know he had a death angel following him, man. So Esau, you gonna get in that car, you try to start off, but best believe the Most High always watching. All right.
That's how them chariots be at the modern day zone in DC. They be hovering over the White House.
Yeah, that's right. See, the Most High, he got his eyes all throughout this place, man. Or he has his eyes, his angels all throughout. See, ain't no escaping the Most High.
Right.
You can't duck under a tree like Adam tried to do, hide in the midst of the nations, and just flee from the Lord. Here it is, you hear the Lord's voice, he just flee in the midst of the gardens. That's not how this thing worked. So the Most High kind of sent that death angel, and he couldn't see it. He didn't know.
Right.
But the Lord, he had that angel. I'm like the way that angel, he's probably just walking at his regular pace. All right, that chariot going 40 miles an hour. Then he keep it up to 50, 60 miles an hour. That angel just walking closely behind him. All right, with a two-edged sword in his hand, ready to smite him asunder. You know?
Following him, for he had spoken proudly in this sort, right, that he would come to Jerusalem and make it a common burying place of the Jews.
Right.
But the Lord Almighty, the God of Israel, smote him with an incurable and an invisible plague.
See, what man don't understand is that everyone get their judgment at a specific time. See, the Most High had it to where he wanted that angel to cut him down at a specific time. So he let him get in that chariot, He let him run. He let him, feel like he was going to execute his judgment. But little did he know that, again, that death angel was right there. And he died a horrible death. And it's going to get gruesome. So he smote him with an uncurable plague. And this uncurable plague is not like cancer. It's not like COVID. It's not like any other incurable plague that we have nowadays. The Most High smote him with a special incurable plague. Let's see what it did to his insides. We don't?
For as soon as he had spoken these words, a pain of the bowels that was remediless came upon him, and sore torments of the inner parts.
Right, meaning couldn't no medicine stop this. All right, couldn't no minerals, couldn't no tea, no herbs, couldn't no priest take this away from him. So the Most High smote him with this plague, and it said the insides of his pains were doing.
Came upon him, and sore torments of the inner parts, and that most justly, for he had tormented other men's bowels with many and strange torments.
Right, so the Most High he'll mock you. So this man Antiochus, he was known for tormenting men's bowels. He was known for God only knows what he did to torment his bowels. He was tormenting his bowels and torturing people. So the Most High said, you know what? Since you're known for doing that, I'm gonna torment your bowels. And I'm gonna smote you with this incurable plague. And I'm gonna have your whole insides just crumble as you then go and try to destroy my chosen people. You know?
Howbeit, he nothing at all ceased from his bragging.
And that's prideful. Here it is, you're dying slowly. He still said, to hell with that. I'm still gonna go and kill the Jews, probably throwing up, coughing, and he's still being boastful and prideful. That's the so-called white man. Right. See, Manasseh, he was being prideful, and he was lifted up, and he was known as the most wicked king at the time of Israel. He even humbled down. Right. This Edomite, he said, to hell with that. I'm a curse God while he's tormenting me and still kill his people. So that Edomite was off. Whoever gets him in the kingdom is a mighty man, because he's off. Read on.
But still was filled with pride, breathing out fire in his rage against the Jews, and commanding to haste the journey. But it came to pass that he fell down from his chariot, carried violently, so that having a sore fall, all the members of his body were much pain.
All right, so his whole body then fell from that. And again, that chariot had to be going fast. All right, these are mighty horses of war. Right. You ride and you fall off that chariot, you going 40 miles per hour, you fall the wrong way, the stomach all catching hell, you don't know what's going on, he's still cursing God and cursing his people, so his whole body was in pain after he fell. You know?
And thus, he that a little afore thought he might command the waves of the sea, so proud was he beyond the condition of men.
Right, and this man, he was proud. He was so proud, he thought he could command the waves of the sea. He thought he was the Lord. So the sea, be still, and all the waves just stop. That's how prideful he was. Like the rest of these Edomites. I was going into the research. They said Christopher Columbus felt like 2nd Esdras 13, and one of them that was talking about him. Man that came from the sea and subdued the other nations. He said he read that and applied that to himself. That's why he conquered the Native Americans. So these Edomites, they felt the same way. You had Alexander. Alexander said that he was the son of Zeus. He was a demigod. That's why he was able to conquer the known world so fast, because I'm a demigod and I'm the son of Zeus. So these proud demons, they always think themselves to be like God and be the Most High and think that they're someone. Right. But God to show him, hey, this man who thought he commanded the seas before, a little bit after he's crying in pain. Read on.
And then he, a little afore, thought he might command the waves of the sea, so proud was he beyond the condition of man, and weighed the high mountains in a balance, was now cast on the ground, and carried in a horse litter, shewing forth unto all the manifest power of God. Right. So that the worms rose up out of the body.
Not only did the Most High torment him in his stomachs, make him fall off the chariot, but he Most High start making worms come out of his body. Where do worms come from? Just start making worms come out of his body. All this through his pridefulness, man. You know how much that probably hurt? Probably had tapeworms and all type of illnesses just coming out his body, coming out his eyelids, and they looking at him, they don't want to touch him, stinking, they don't know what's going on. We doing?
Worms rose up out of the body of this wicked man.
Right.
And whilst he lived in sorrow and pain,
Right.
his flesh fell away, and the filthiness of his smell was noisome to all his army.
Hold on, it said his flesh fell away. Now it's their flesh and his skin falling off his body like it's all tender. Worms come out of his body, getting tormented in your stomach. You fell from this chariot and you smell bad. And it's all the judgment of God. That's what God did to the so-called white man.
Right.
So this judgment is coming to all white people in due season. So y'all gotta get ready for slavery.
Right.
All right, the so-called white race has to get ready for slavery
Right.
for what they did to so-called black and Hispanics.
Right.
All right. So, man, this is a beautiful account, man. Yeah, read that. This is a beautiful account. And dedication is coming up. Yeah, he was. Man, you know how prideful you gotta be for the Most High to give you this judgment. It's probably one of the worst judgments in the Bible. Right. Keep in mind, the Most High had him alive for all this. He didn't just, cut him down spiritually and take his spirit away. No, he made him feel it, stay alive so he can feel all the suffering.
Hey, Theodorus got whooped by 2 angels.
Yeah, I was gonna get that account next. Give me 2 Maccabees chapter 3. I was gonna get that account next. Who doing in this?
So that the worms rose up out of the body of this wicked man.
Right.
And whilst he lived in sorrow and pain,
While he was still alive, while all hell is breaking loose, you know?
his flesh fell away, and the filthiness of his smell was noisome to all his army.
Right.
And the man that thought a little afore he could reach to the stars of heaven,
Right.
no man could endure to carry for his intolerable stink.
Right, and so it says his whole army smelt them. And he didn't, no one was got closer. Oh, damn, I can kind of stink a little bit. No, they was them down the street. I said, God damn, what is this? They walking over to him, they seeing the worms in his body, they don't want to touch him. Man, this is a beautiful scene, man. If we get the head of Lord willing, we make it, and we can play back a clip. This one would be one of the main clips I want to see. How the worms came out of his body, how he fell from up the chariot, how he was cursing out people, and the Most High just judged him right there. That would be a mighty scene, man. Man, you gotta make just the whole army. It didn't say the men that was close to him. An army is big. An army's, compacted with thousands of men. He was coming after the Jews. He was coming after Judas Maccabees. If you're coming after Judas Maccabees, best believe you better have some numbers with you. So he had some numbers with him. Remember, you heard what happened to Georgius, and you heard what happened to Timotheus. So he said, you know what, I'm going to double that, triple that, I'm bringing everybody with me. So this whole army, how God knows how big it was, they all smelled that one body and that stench just coming from him. Couldn't even pick him up.
The Lord literally formed worms out of a living man.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like body turned to soil. You know how worms just randomly just see worms in the soil? Body probably just, God knows, only the Most High knows.
I gotta put that up.
See Esau can't break things like that down.
Right.
Esau, he got all these modern day torture tactics, and man, he's like, people Israelites, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And when the Most High started torturing you, he started making worms come out your body. Best believe you dealing with another entity, man. You dealing with the God of Israel.
Right.
So read on in there. It's a beautiful account. Read on.
Here therefore, being plagued, he began to leave off his great pride,
Right.
and to come to the knowledge of himself by the scourge of God.
Right.
His pain increasing every moment.
His pain increasing every month. So he humbled down. He said, let me come to myself. I know I'm not gonna make it. Most of us still turned that pain tolerance all the way up. So no matter how proud you are, basically the Most High gonna humble you, man. He said he damn turned it up,
And when he himself could not abide his own smell,
He smelled his own. He said, damn, I stink. What the hell is going on? So he couldn't abide his own smell. Read on.
he said these words, "It is meet to be subject unto God,
Right.
and that a man that is mortal should not proudly think of himself as if he were God."
Right.
Thus this wicked person vowed also unto the Lord, who now no more would have mercy upon him, saying thus, that the holy city, to the which he was going in haste, to lay it even with the ground,
Right.
and to make it a common burying place,
Right.
he was set at liberty. And as touching the Jews, who he had judged not worthy, so much as to be buried, but to be cast out with their children, to be devoured of the fowls and wild beasts. He will make them all equal to the citizens of Athens.
Right, see, through all that, he made all the Jews equal to the citizens of Athens. Now, that's still all because why we want to be citizens with Athens? In that movie 300, what was his name? Leonidas. He called the Athens boy lovers. He said I forgot the direct line, but he kind of said, why would I want to join the Athens, those boy lovers? I believe he said that to that Persian that delivered the message. Nevertheless, he humbled down though. The Most High humbled that man greatly. Put him through all those sword pains. You got 2 Maccabees 3? Start at verse 1. He put him through all those sword pains, cut him down, got in his chariot, drove without ceasing, until all hell broke loose, man. That's what the Most High can do to you.
Right.
All right, so then he made the pains turn up right when you thought it was already bad. Most High said he turned up the pains even more after he humbled down.
Too, I had looked it up. Like how the worms form, but you really can't break that down. It's all over.
Yeah, something. Something you can't break down. But Esau, Esau, well, that was this and that was that, and the human body does this. No, Esau.
They're not formed from bacteria, even magnets. They flies. So that's a misconception. So that's all the Lord.
Yeah, that's right. All right, the Most High will literally break you down and have your stomach turn inside out and have worms form, and all hell break loose. That sounds like this damn scary movie. You know in those scary movie scenes? All right, the damn jump scare scene. They scaring you, the worms coming out their face. And that's real life. Body was stinking horribly. If he was here right now and that was happening, the whole city of Chicago population would have decreased just like that. They would have smelled that smell and got the hell up out here. Jake would have stopped being a nigga, went to the suburbs. They said, man, I gotta get the hell out this city. It stink over here. It smell like New York City, probably. Yeah, let's play that type of stink. Smell like New York City, the heart of it. Give me 2 Maccabees 3. So the Most High does not get down with white people.
Right.
All right, believe it or not, but for the message to all white people, God is not like you.
Right.
All right, when you were the Greeks, when you were the Romans,
right,
when you were the so-called Americans nowadays,
right,
and back when you was back in Mount Seir, God never liked you. So God never liked the so-called white man or the Chinese man or the Arab man.
Never.
Right, read this.
This is the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 3, verse 1.
No.
Now when the holy city was inhabited with all peace, and the laws were kept very well because of the godliness of Onias, the high priest, and his hatred of wickedness.
Right, so you have Onias. Now we're not going to read this whole chapter, but you have Onias, a mighty man. Then you have Simon, the Benjamite, who was a hater. And we're going to see what happened. Jump down to verse, where you at? Go to the next page. Jump down to read verse 8.
Verse 8. So forthwith, Heliodorus took his journey under a color of visiting the cities of Seleucia and Phoenice, but indeed to fulfill the king's purpose.
Right, so you had Simon the Benjamite. He kind of was envious over Onias. He's seeing that he was having the kingdom running in righteousness and he wanted the world, so a spirit hopped on him. Every time we reign and something is going good, you got a coon Jake that just want the preeminence and mess everything up.
Right.
So what he did was what all coon Jakes do. He stopped dealing with Onias, went to the so-called white man. Hey, look, we got all this gold. We got this in the temple. We got that in the temple. Just spend all the beans what we got in our temple that we stored up for the women and the children and the widows and things of that nature. He said, you know what, since I can't rule, I'm going to call the white man and I'm going to have him rule and oppress you. You know what?
And when he was come to...
Brother, you got time for one verse?
One verse.
One verse, brother. You God's chosen people. You are Israelite.
Right.
Read this.
And when he was come to Jerusalem and had been courteously received of the high priest of the city, he told him what intelligence was given of the money and declared wherefore. Hey
brother, we got the verse of the day real quick. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15. We got the verse of the day. You believe in the Bible? The whole Bible. All right, for sure. You heard about black people being God's chosen people out of the Bible? You heard that before? Oh, you know it. And what verse did you read that from?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not real familiar with the whole Bible, but I'm a firm believer of Yahweh.
Okay, all praise to the Most High. So what we're about to show you is that black condition in 2024 is actually mentioned of in the Bible. You got that sound like oppression, rape, robbery, murder, slavery. You got things like being cursed in the cities and cursed in fields and all these different things. Slave ships, black history, that's all written up in the Bible. I'm going to show you in 3 verses. Read this.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Moses speaking. Everybody know about Moses. He delivered us out of Egypt. So Moses is talking to the Israelites. He's saying, if y'all don't listen, God will punish y'all. Read on.
To observe to do all these commandments,
You better keep the commandments that God told y'all to keep. Read on.
and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
There go that word curses. If y'all don't do this, I'm going to send a curse upon you. Now, curse, that don't sound too pleasing. All right, curse, that sound like, okay, what the hell you mean curse? Kind of back up, look at them weird. What you mean by that? So Moses said, I'm going to send curses upon y'all if y'all don't listen to God. Read on.
Cursed shall thou be in the city.
The main curse.
Cursed shall thou be in the city.
The chief curses is that the Israelites will be cursed in every major city in the last days. We looked into all these cities: Chicago, New York, LA, Atlanta. Who's cursed in the cities? So-called black people at the bottom of society. All right, shootouts, gang. I never seen, and we always put out the same examples. I never heard of Chinese on Chinese crime. You heard of black on black crime. You heard of a Hispanic on Hispanic crime. You hear about these things. I never heard of a East Indian on East Indian crime. But the Israelites, they're cursed in the cities. So far it sounds like that makes something that we can relate to, don't you think? Read on.
And cursed shall thou be in the field.
Not only were they cursed in the cities, but it said in the fields. Look on that sign, brother. Who was cursed in the fields? Wasn't the Arab man. It wasn't the East Indian man that was cursed in the fields. It was our people that was cursed in those fields. That's right. Here it is, we living in peace in our homeland. We living in Africa, and all of a sudden we get taken and put into slave fields. That's out the Bible. I didn't write this. This is not my version, KJV Bible. No, God already said this during the time of Moses. Here's another major curse. Go to verse 54.
Verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother.
The Lord said,
his eyes shall be evil towards his brother.
So another major curse is that the Israelites, they were once peace and delicate towards one another, had brotherly love. How you doing, brother? Need me to watch your kids? Need me to do A, B, and C? Can you do this for me? That's a for sure. Con. Now all of a sudden their eye is evil toward one another. In 2024, in the last days, whose eye is evil toward one another on a high level? So-called black people, us, brother. And we got a fly for you, brother. You God's chosen people too. That brother right there got a fly for you. Oh, right there. Yeah. All right, brother. See that? I evil to you, brother. I evil towards your brother. You can't take a fly. You're showing you God's chosen people. So you can't, yeah, brother. You might as well come back and listen to this word. All praise to the Most High. That's right, brother. We just talked about humbling down. So again, brother, this is out of the Holy Bible. Your eye will be evil toward one another. And it's more on that. Read on.
His eyes shall be evil towards his brother and toward the wife of his bosom.
The Israelite man is going to be evil toward his wife.
And toward the remnant of his children, which he shall lead.
Now, did you grow up with your father in the house, brother? Did you grow up with your father in the house? Now read that last part. Let's see what the Lord said. His eyes going to be evil toward his brother. Toward his wife. You know domestic violence. Oh, you got the wife beaters. Every time someone wears a wife beater, it's a so-called black when they pigmentate him as a evil man. Read on.
Toward the remnant of his children.
He's going to be evil toward his children.
Which he shall lead.
The Lord said,
which he shall lead.
Just go to grab some milk.
Which he shall lead.
So God said the Israelite man is going to be known for leaving his children. Who's known for leaving their children today? Hey, like I said, this don't sound like a coincidence. I said earlier, it can only be so many coincidences before you chalk it up to, facts. And this is off the Bible again. We didn't write this. We didn't come out here and erase that, put black highlight over it. It's proven facts. So how come this was never taught to us in church? School systems, libraries. I never went to the library. They say, hey, I recommend you get the King James Bible. It's big on Black history. How come during Black History Month they never taught us this?
Right.
Then they not going to. They're going to keep showing you.
They want to hide the truth about it, man. That's all it is. But as Black Brothers, your third eye open, man, you know what's going on. Like you said, it's going to show every day, every bit, everything that's going on. It's going to come to stuff, man.
That's right. So knowing that these things happen to us, what must we do in order to reverse the curse? Because with every curse, it's always a way to reverse it. They show you that in movies. If someone get cursed, it's always a way to reverse it. How do we reverse this curse? But it's a certain action. Now you're right. Coming together. But it's how we come together. Because we can all come together. And, I can be worshiping the God of Israel out the Bible. Another brother can come together and, he worshiping Islam. Another brother, he can be a Buddhist. Another brother can be into spirituality and rocks and crystals. So it's more than just coming together. We have to come together on one accord. And what's that unity that we have to follow according to the Bible?
I feel like the laws, man, are powerful. His word.
You said the laws?
His word.
That's right. God's law. You're right, brother. You're the first one that actually got that right on the first try. So God's laws is how we come together in unity.
Right.
Because with God's laws, guess what? We don't do black on black violence. Give me Leviticus 19 and 17. And that's our whole main message. The so-called black and Hispanic man, the true Israelites, have to come back and keep God's commandments, and that's how we are going to be liberated from this place. Simple laws like this one right here.
Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
You just read Deuteronomy 28. Your brother's going to have an evil eye toward one another. God said if you want to fix that, don't hate your brother in your heart. Instead of, suiting up, putting on that ski mask, putting on that black hoodie, make a phone call. Hey, look, we got A, B, and C going on. Let's talk it out. God said love your brother in your heart. Read on.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
And correct your brother. So if I see you going off, I gotta say something. If you see me going off, you see me finna go and commit adultery. I'm finna go over this woman's house and she hasn't been. It's your job to say, hold on, man, you gotta stop that. You gotta grab me up, grab somebody up. Hey, bro, hey, chill. God said you can't do that.
Right.
If we want to come back as a people, we gotta keep God's commandments. So these are different laws that we gotta keep. And I'm gonna show you one law that you are breaking right now that, according to love, I have to show you that you can't be doing. 1 Corinthians 3:16. You know what I want.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of the Most High, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you? If any man defile the temple of God,
God said that you're the temple. If the Spirit wants to come down and dwell someone, it's gonna come down and dwell within these people, the Israelites. But in order for the Spirit to dwell within you, brother, God says your temple has to be clean. Now, what is your temple? Your body. That's right. Now we're gonna read about what God said about the temple. You know?
any man defile the temple of God, him shall God destroy.
The Lord said,
him shall God destroy.
Give everybody a pen.
Him shall God destroy.
God said if you're destroying your temple, then he will destroy you. We just read that earlier before you came up, how God destroyed another man's temple. So according to the Bible, brother, smoking, that defiles your temple.
Right.
So are you willing to put down, what's that, a black? So according to the Bible, you can't be smoking blacks. Remember, you're an Israelite. You're God's chosen people. Right. You're a king walking this earth.
Right.
Oh, to be a king is not just to have that title as a king, but my bad. You gotta walk as a king. You gotta conduct yourself as a king. You have to do king-like actions.
Right.
Moses was a king from Jeshurun. You think Moses was smoking a black, brother? What about Christ? You think Christ was flaming up with his disciples?
That's all.
No. What about God himself? You think God is in the third heavens where it's clean and pure? You know, he's not doing that. So you being a child of God, and there was brothers up here that did the same thing.
Right.
We telling you out of love, brother, you can't be doing that. Me personally, I never smoked, but this brother, you smoked before? How about you, brother? You smoke? Brother, hey, every brother up here smoke. Is brother still doing it? No. So out of love, they read that law. They said, damn, God said I can't smoke. I'm a holy vessel. Let me treat myself like so. So you being that holy vessel, God's chosen people, you gotta put that black down. And guess when it start, brother? Guess when it starts? Take a wild guess. I said, guess when it starts? That transition of you putting down the cigarette. It start with yourself, but it start right now.
Right.
So right now, that first step, do you really want to change? So you gotta put that effort to change. And you gotta drop that black right there where your foot is. If you really want to change. Right now. Mind you, God is watching. Go. That's right, brother. That's right. That's right. Give it up for the Lord, man. That's right. Hey, guess what? Our brothers, we all been through it, man. And that's love, because again, according to the Bible, if you want to be a king, you gotta treat yourself like so. We not niggas. This world called you a nigga.
Right.
All right, transatlantic slave. Look at that. That's how they think of you. And that's how they still think of you to this day.
Right.
You know how many times we've been out here, we've been saying black man's a king. White people, they walk past and laugh. They see us with a microphone, they say, what is he doing? Is he rapping? We get all these different, jabs at us.
Right.
Because they still look at us the same way, brother. God, he never looked at you like that. He always looked at you as a God walking this earth. Give me Psalms 82:6. I'm not going to say it. We're going to say what God said. Give me Psalms 82:6.
Book of Psalms, chapter 82 and verse 6. I have said, ye are God. The Lord said, I have said, ye are God.
The so-called black man.
I have said, ye are God.
As the Israelites.
I have said, ye are God. Read. And all of you are children of the Most High.
God said, he's the Most High, but since y'all my sons, I'm making y'all gods. I'm making y'all powers.
Right.
And you're only a power because you come from the child of God, the Israelites. We're the children of the Most High. And through your actions, give me 2 Samuel 3:2. Through your actions, that's how you show that you're a little bit different. Because all these races, they do the same thing. They smoke, they get high. So-called white man, he doing all type of drugs. East Indian man, he doing God knows what, serving his gods, and the Arab man, he blowing himself up. How do you show yourself that you're different from the rest of these nations? It's through actions, like you said. It's through God's law. Give me 2 Samuel 3:2.
2 Samuel chapter 3 and verse 2. And unto David were sons born in Hebron. Gone. 1 Samuel chapter 2. 1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse number 3. Talk no more, exceeding proudly. Let not arrogancy come out of your mouth. For the Lord is a God of knowledge.
God, he knows all things. He's a God of knowledge. And what?
And by him, actions are weighed.
By God, your actions on what you do, God is looking at that.
Right.
See, these nations, they boast themselves in, I love God, I love, even our people. I love God, I do this, I do that. But God said, you can speak all you want because I'm looking at your actions. Your actions show that you really wanted to change.
Right.
Don't think God just shrugged his shoulder at that. No, God, he looked at that. Give me the classic and look. And by that, your actions are weighed. And through that action, brother, that shows a step that you want to change. And this is what God says. See, again, knowing that he's a God of action and knowledge of action, this is what he said about repentance and sincere turning away. Read this.
It's the book of Luke, chapter 15 and verse 10. Likewise, I say unto you, there is joy in the presence of the angels of God.
Joy in the presence, not just God, but his angels too. Right. So you got joy in the presence of the angels of God. Read on.
Over one sinner.
One man that goes the hell off. A sinner that does what?
That repents.
What's throwing away the blood?
That repents.
Stepping on the blood?
That repents.
God says the angels, they turn up. There's joy in the heavens over one man that repent. You think the angels, you think they just, just turn up and they doing it on a low level? They up there with the Most High. They turn up. They throwing their hand and clapping their hands. They probably smacking the throne, throwing their crown, throwing it up. And the angels, they rejoice, brothers. That's a beautiful thing that you did. Why? Because that shows a step of repentance. Again, you're an Israelite. Genesis 32:28. You are a prince. That's power with God. You're not black. You're not a nigga. You're not what her ancestors called you or their ancestors called you. You'll be a literal descendant of the king. You know about King David, right? You know about Solomon, Moses, Christ. These men are Israelites. You are a descendant of these men.
Right.
These men are Jews.
Right.
You got, man, if we go through like this whole Bible, we'll be out here all night. You got many righteous men, Nehemiah, Ezra, Habakkuk. Man, you got the 12 apostles. You are literally a descendant of these people that's in the Bible. It's not a religion.
Right.
This is not just, man, let me just make black people feel good today. No, this is actual facts.
Right.
They even came out themselves and said the black man, it's a video that came out, they said the black man, he's Judah, and we have to destroy the tribe of Judah in America. Look at this sign. You can't make this up. So even they know this. Come on, read this.
Genesis chapter 32 and verse 28.
Bring it out.
And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel.
So your name is not called no more what this world will call it. But what?
But Israel.
Read that again.
But Israel.
Coming back to your race.
But Israel.
And Israel has a name. See, black, that has a meaning to it, but it has a negative meaning. Black, it got, it's negative. You got black man, that represents, you know, gang bang. Black magic, that's evil. You see black cat, that's bad luck. What else? Black male, you know, they got something against you. Everything with black. You said what? Yeah, black means void of light. God said that we're the people out of light. So you're no more with what this world calls you. But what again?
But Israel, for as a prince hast thou power with God and with men, and has prevailed.
So the brother is about to show you how you will be a prince. Hey, Zon, the brother's about to show you how you will be a prince that got power with God and with man. And according to that verse, it said, and prevail. Then we prevail through slavery. We prevail into this day over police brutality and all these curses. So that brother, if you get a little bit of time, that brother's about to show you how you will prevail with God and man. Read this.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 28. For as it was your mind to go astray from God.
Like how it was your mind and all our mind at one point to lead the Most High and go astray. You know?
So being returned.
So coming back to you being a king, a descendant of kings. Read on.
Seek him 10 times more.
The Lord say.
Seek him 10 times more.
That again.
Seek him 10 times more.
Read.
For he that brought these plagues upon you,
The same God that brought these plagues on our people. Read.
shall bring you everlasting joy again with your salvation.
Same God said, if you endure, I'm going to give you everlasting joy again with your salvation. So the next brother, if you got time, he's going to feed you with better wisdom than I can ever tell you. With that, put me on your shoulder.